Well, hello, valued viewers and others who may be watching this. This little video is going to show you how to fast farm using, basically two mods, and how you can fast farm with a 3-point link type attachments. I'm Lily Farm Guy, and this is the fast farm video. And this is all thanks to a hot tip by a real good friend of the channel, Mr. Smoke, or I think it's Mr. Smoke 82, with this little tidbit of information. And what is the integral part of this operation here is the use of two weights. We have the lizard weight by AgrarModding. There, the 500 lizard 500 kg, and the lizard 900 weight by Schwabengamer. It comes in a pack of two, but this is the one. We will show you those. And the item, I have a few items. These is a new plow. All of the items I will use in this video will be detailed in the description. This is on console. But these are all things that are for all. They're all cross-platform mods for all platforms. Now, first of all, the weights. The weights we will find in under weights. Now, this is kind of this might work with other weights, but this is the ones that I'm demonstrating in this video. The lizard weight, you need to have the catch hooks enabled, and this is the lizard weights mod by AgrarModding. The other weight is the lizard 900 weight WeightPack 650-900 by Schwabengamer. This also has a 3-point link attacher option that you need to have for this to work. Right, so now the other mods that I'm going to be demonstrating, this is the Lizard 6MT9MT Subsoiler it's called, but it's found under Plows. Many of you are familiar with this one already. There it is. It is a 3-point link plow that up until now has evaded the fast farming culture, or the fast farming scenario, and this is by Agro Tonho. And then we have these monsters, the lizard SM72 and the lizard SM82. I will show you how to fast plow with these, and those no, that's by Agro Tonho. The lizard subsoiler is by Blacksheep Modding. Sorry, Blacksheep Modding, that one, the lizard Blacksheep Modding. This is Agro Tonho. My notes are a little bit hard to read, and I wrote them. So, all right, how does it all work? Well, let's zip out to here, and I will demonstrate with these. Actually, as it is here, I've placed it in an awkward position. We'll just move this back a little bit. So it's important to get this in the right order. Let's just move that aside for a moment. Put that down. Right, now, you need to attach the lizard weight first, the bigger one. Like so. And then the other weight, like so. And now, as you can see, they are linked in tandem and they show up at the top of your screen. Now, if I choose the first weight, I can raise and lower that. Now, in the past, this has been something that had to be in the raised position. That is no longer necessarily the case. It does have an effect, but it still works either way. And that's fairly significant because it kind of opens the door to a lot more options. Now, when I hook that up, you can see that it's somewhat tilted. And I hooked it up backwards because, well, it's easiest to pull when it's backwards. That's the trick to this one as well. Now, I can lower and raise this, and it is in the ground. However, it's not doing anything because the game is still recognizing it as raised. Now, if I go over here, as you can see, it's not doing anything. So there are two ways you can use this. Now we can raise up that first one, and notice the implement, the plow itself, is in a raised position. Now we can lower it, and even though it's okay, so this is the issue. It's too high because this is a bigger tractor. So if we lower that, it now works. See that? But that's not always the case either. It doesn't have to be lowered for it to work either, as long as the implement is lowered. So we can go pretty fast with this setup, no problem here. So there we go, zippity doo dah. Right. Okay, so now that you know the principle behind it, we can raise and lower actually each one separately. Now we're going to zip this back here. I've got them all set up in the field for demonstration. Now, oh, not that. There we go. So here we have a situation where we have a small tractor with this setup. You're going to need a bit of a weight on the front because it's quite heavy on the back, right? So if we get in here, as you can see, the rear weight is in a raised position, and now we lower the rear implement, and off we go. So this is going to work too for small implements, or small tractors, sorry, and for small implements if you wish to. Anything with a 3-point link is going to work like this. Now the problem with other types of equipment is when it's in the raised position, the implement might not be low enough in order to contact the ground, as say in the case of seeders and so forth. So in that case, you can actually lower the weight, but when you lower the weight, as you notice, our speed is quite a bit reduced. Although it's still faster, it takes quite a bit more horsepower to pull it, because I think the weight is dragging. Yeah, see, the second weight there is actually dragging on the ground, so it's kind of creating a lot more resistance. Right. So, let's go. Let's show the smaller plow. Here we got it hooked up to a Kloss. And I picked this one because it appeared to be a little bit lower, set a little bit lower, closer to the ground. And in this case, we have the weight in the raised position, and the implement, see, raised, lowered. It slightly tilts, so you can see it's going up and going down. And as we go forward in the lowered position, it works pretty much perfectly, and a worker will work it too. The worker is doing that. So now you can get up to this one, not so fast, just because it's it is faster. But there's horsepower depending on the horsepower of the tractor and so forth, etc., etc. But as you can see, it is possible. Now, this one, large tractor, 400 and something horsepower. Let's see, how much horsepower is that? 458 horsepower. Again, same thing, lower the implement but have the weight raised. And that creates the least amount of resistance. And in this case, we're going to be able to go pretty quick. As you can see, 19, probably hit 20, there it is. Now, it will work in lowered position as well, as you can see. But not as fast because of the weight dragging on the ground. Oh, and it's also a little bit glitchy. As you can see, it's just, but it does work. There we go, raised it back up. Now, one more thing, two more things, but here we go. So we got this, it's a planter, and so it's now in the lowered position. Now, see, it's raised, now lowered, and the back is lowered. So now, before, used in the other configuration, it was too high, it wouldn't contact the ground, but the weight being lowered and then lowering the implement, in this case, this is the base game Kverneland planter, and that you can find under planters, and there it is, the Kverneland Optima RS. It is not a direct drill. There are modded versions of this that you can use that are a direct drill, but in this case, this is and other 3-point link type seeders planters could possibly work as well with this. As you can see, it's very consistent. It's not the problem I had before was they'd be bouncing around and they'd be missing spots, but this is working actually very good. So that is something that also will work. Now, last but not least, we have this big boy with a standard pull behind plow, base game plow. That plow is this one, the Kverneland Eco Mat. Now, pulling it like this, it doesn't even contact the ground. However, lowering, because you can raise it, there it is, raised and lowered, still not low enough, you don't see it. But if we lower the entire unit, it can be used to fast farm as well, although this tractor is maxed out on the horsepower, and as you can see, it's going to take quite a lot of horsepower to pull this fast. Even at 19 miles an hour, 600 and something horsepower, pulling this little plow at 19 miles an hour. But it can be done, and you can fast farm with 3-point links now. It's just a little bit of finagling, a little bit of adjusting, and see, it's kind of when it's bouncing, it contacts the ground. It's still the unit itself is still on the lowered, right? If it's raised and we lower everything, it's not going to do anything, right? See? So, a little tricky to, once you figure out all the little quirks and quarks of it, it can work for you if you want to fool around with it. So, and like I said, these are just a few of the things you can do with this in the amount of couple of days I've been fooling around with it. So there you have it, fast farming with 3-point link implements and using those two weights by AgrarModding and Schwabengamer. Those might not be the only two weights that will do that, but for sure the lizard weight by AgrarModding is a key to this. This one right here, to this, how this works. And again, thanks to Smoke82, a great friend of the channel, subscriber. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a like. And I try to put out, if I find something like this, I put out videos like this to help you in your gaming experience. I'm Lily Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. So till next time, bye for now.